Also, for today's episode, go ahead and enjoy this quote by Stephen A. Smith. It's about 2 minutes long.
A lion raised in captivity has never been in the wild, Bishop T.D. Jakes once explained to Oprah's audience. All of his experiences have been in the cage. If all of his experiences have been in the cage, and that would be his natural habitat to him, then why do they lock the cage? They lock the cage because even though his experiences do not validate it, his instincts tell him there's something else out there. And the reason why so many of us are frustrated today is that we are pacing around in the cage of a job or a life or a situation that has limited us. We may not have the background for it. We may not have the training for it, but our instincts tell us, I belong out there. Finally, I've learned I belong out there betting on myself, taking chances on myself, fearlessly pursuing my goals and wherever it takes me, knowing in my heart the worst thing I could do to myself is not try. Especially now, since I know that there's nowhere I should go alone. In my mind, God can stop me. Self-inflicted mistakes can stop me. Stupidity and immaturity can stop me. But fear isn't a part of the equation any longer. Looking in the mirror can be painful, as my mother once proved to me. But grown-ups can take it because they know it'll make them better. Looking in the mirror provided me the opportunity to reflect, then realize that the same skepticism and cynicism I've been accused of expressing on air for years is exactly what stymied me. I spoke doubt into existence. That's exactly what I did, until I learned better and surrounded myself with a support base who wouldn't allow me to do so any longer. I'm not alone any longer. I have an army of support now.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Good? Well, I hope you guys are doing good. It's January. It's a new year. I know previous one. I mean, you were able to listen to Brisa and I's conversation. Starting off 2024 strong. And yeah, there we got another one. We got another episode. Cause I was in lack. Nah. Slack. Nah. Got an episode for you. Honestly, I don't know. Oh wow, almost a minute in and it's already sucked. God damn it. But I know there's a whole new year, new me type of bullshit type of thing, but what are you guys' resolutions for this year? Your true and honest resolutions. What you really, really want to achieve. Not following the trend of social media type of New Year's resolution. I am talking about true, what you really want. Like, create, and when I mean that you really want, go ahead and create yourself a vision board. I still need to do that. But go ahead and create yourself a vision board. Actually see what you really want. If you want to travel more, put places that you want to go travel to, like pictures of where you want to be traveling to. If you want to be more financial, if you want to have more financial freedom, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and just maybe find a way to earn a little bit more, or maybe to leave your current job to go somewhere else or something, or you want to start something brand new. Go ahead and do that. Literally just start something. Literally just start something. And with that vision board, create one every year, but that vision board will help you. It'll help you envision what you want for the year. You can make a long-term one. Like if, let's say, excuse me, let's say you want to be a millionaire. Well, you'd have to have the greatest, but I mean the greatest of luck to get it in a year. So that could be more of a long-term one, but within that year, you can say, oh, like, I'm going to go ahead and start a business, or I'm going to go ahead and start a YouTube channel and just kind of let that grow, see where that goes or something. Or you get a promotion that earns you a significant amount more, where now you're like, hey, I can invest more in this, I can do this, I can do that, have more opportunity to fucking go for it. Like, try that out. Get yourself a vision board, create a vision board, and actually take time creating it. Don't try to rush it. Don't just grab scraps. You can either get magazines and cut it out from there, or you can just do what I did and use I used Apple Slides. Oh my god, excuse me. I used Apple Slides, but you can use like PowerPoint and Google Slides and shit like that. But you can do it there too, and then just print it out. Print it out and put it on and glue it on a poster board. So then that way you can, if you don't have magazines, you can actually see it visually. But yeah, create one. Actually do what you need to do. Because I'm wondering how many gyms I want to know how many gyms fucking made a profit, are still making a profit this month, because people are going to do the whole New Year, New Me challenge. Bullshit challenge. But how many people have decided, okay, time for the gym, and what's about 9 days, well, at the time of recording. Oh my gosh. Sorry, it is 3 a.m. right now. So, but a week into 2024, there's probably a lot of people that have already given up. That have already given up on the whole gym thing, because they were just like, nah, this just sucks. And it does. Being consistent sucks sometimes, because it's like not like an oath, it's just more like the fuck do you call it? Like a consistent promise that you have to do, like you make to yourself. Like you have to, like, if let's say, excuse me, but like with me, for example, last year I was going strong, but I mean I was going strong, uploading the podcast episodes on a consistent basis once a week. Like I was going strong with it until I just got lazy. Because I was doing it where I was trying to find guests, doing this, doing that, and then just all of a sudden it just got lazy. I wasn't finding people, and the ones that I were having on the podcast, they like to do podcasts different than from what I do, because what I do is like I do sit down conversation. Oh, my bad. I do sit down conversations, and I mean, yes, I'll still question what you do. I mean, question your job, question, you. But they were more wanting like an interview style of podcasting, not no, not the way I would do it. So sometimes it'd be a little bit awkward when I would talk to them like friends, and they would kind of look at me like, "Hey, can we get this going?" I'm like, "This is how I start it. I talk to you, try to get to know you, and then we slowly dive into your occupation or whatever the hell you do." And so then once I was not finding people like that is when I started slacking. I started getting lazy, and there'd be time. You can look back. There'd be times where I would have a month of into like per episode. Like, granted, oh my gosh, I'm yawning a lot. Granted, like it's his, an example. So if it was like, episode 72 was posted on September 18th. Episode 73 would be posted October 13th. And because I would just get lazy. And even then, because what I do right now currently, I just talk about just what's going on in my life, what I have in my head. Like, and I don't know why I struggle to journal. I need to actually do that. I guess that could also be one thing I could promise myself is to journal more for this year, because I struggle with it. Because my form of journaling is the podcast, is me sitting down talking about my day. Granted, I don't talk about everything, because some things are a little bit too personal that I don't want to just put everywhere. But like I said, that's one thing I do need to work on, is journaling, is actually being consistent with it, mainly just the typing part. And so that's going to be one of my goals with the journaling. That's a new goal. And then being consistent with the podcast, that's going to be the other goal for me, being on the topic of consistency. And the gym is, well, really just anything. There'll be days you don't want to go do it, so you won't do it, and which is okay until it becomes a repeated pattern. Like, you can, on the book Atomic Habits, the author, he said that what he does is he'll give himself like a day grace period, but no more than 2 days. Like, if he is on a consistent basis of eating healthy, eating right, watching what oh my god, watching what he's eating, whatever, he'll, let's say he decides to go out with some friends, and that's when he'll say, okay, now that I've been pretty consistent for a month, let me splurge a little. Let me pig out. Let me eat some pizza. Let me do this. Let me do that. Whatever. And then he says if he catches himself doing it a second time is when he knows he needs to stop. And even then, another way that you can keep yourself consistent, like I said, other than the whole like don't do it more than twice, that's how you really say it, put it, make it make it visual, and appealing, or attractive, he says, and making it visual too is actually good, because one thing that I can do once I get my whole real estate shit figured out, like fixed, not more figured out, just fixed, because he gave an example of how this one lady, she uses paper clips. If she knows she has to make 120 calls for the day, she puts 120 paper clips in one jar, has another empty jar, and then just moves per call, moves a paper clip, so then she can visually see. If she is slacking, she can visually see, oh, I've only made 8 calls and it's been 2 hours. Same with keeping a calendar and going to the gym. You can do it either way. You can mark it X for every day you go, or mark it X for every day you miss. Because honestly, probably even doing the ones that doing it that way, where you mark the days with an X that you missed, because then that way, if you see a lot of X's on the calendars, that's when holy shit, I've been not consistent with it. Like, I have been slacking on going to the gym. I need to start going more. And man, not bad. And another thing that he said was like a 2-minute rule. I think is what he said. Is if you lack at it, if you suck at being consistent, literally wanna just do 2 minutes. Do 2 minutes, and then you can move forward if you want. And what he means by that is, like I said, again, going to the gym, drive to the gym, be there for 2 minutes, and then go ahead and leave if you like. If you decide to leave, you leave. Bam, do it the next day. Go do it. Be there for another 2 minutes and come back. Because then at a certain point, you'll then kind of start telling yourself, well, I'm already here. Might as well do a workout here. Might as well do the damn thing while I'm here. Now here you are creating yourself a habit. Here you are doing something that you struggle doing. So, that's kind of my take on the whole year, the whole kind of just your big goals for the year. Again, no New Year, new me bullshit. No New Year's resolution bullshit. Just have a goal that you decide to do and go ahead and make a plan. Plan it out on how the hell you're going to achieve that goal. Because if you know for sure you struggle doing one thing and that's the one thing you want to fix, make a plan on how to fix it. Like if, let's say, this year you want to control your spending. You don't want to be going out as much. Catch yourself. Maybe, if, let's say, you have to, the scary part is how having Apple Pay on both your phone and your watch, you can legit leave your wallet in the car and just pay with Apple Pay, literally. But lock your card. Lock your card for until you need to use it. Because then, because you may go to a store without really realizing that it's locked, and then be like, "Oh, I want to get this," and then it declines. And you're like, "What the hell?" And you look, you're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I locked the card." That can kind of be like, okay, maybe I don't need this, because in reality you don't. Like, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention how this one pink Stanley Cup has been flying off the shelves at Target. It's pink Stanley Cups. Why? You don't need it. You legit do not need it. And so, when it comes to spending, going out to eat a lot, maybe break it down to where instead of going out to eat every single day, maybe cut it down to, for 4 days you can eat out, but then for 3 days you make a meal. And then even then, meal prep. Like if you work at a restaurant, you work, you just have a job, and so sometimes on your lunch break, you'll just go out and get some McDonald's, go out and get some Taco Bell or whatever. Maybe start planning on how to meal prep of maybe the day before, make a little bit extra, and then take that extra to work the next day. So then that way you didn't spend anything to go out to eat. So then when it comes to the day that you do decide to eat out, you save yourself an extra day. So there's just kind of things that you can work on, you can find and work on to do to just be consistent and stick with your goals. Because in the end, if you have a goal but then you fail to be consistent with it, at the end of the day, you have no one else to blame but yourself. But on that's today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.